recording this webinar for online publication on our website. However, no one here today will be identifiable. It will only be the speakers on the screen who will be shown. We ask you to make sure your mic is off to preempt any feedback or background noise. And there will be a questions and answers session at the end of the webinar that will not be recorded. So if you have a question, please type it in the chat facility and we'll address the questions at the end. And of course, we'll do our very best to keep this information session to 30 minutes. So we'll just have a look at the first slide, which is our schedule for today. So we'll do a little introduction around, so we'll get to know who the speakers are. Then we'll have a look at who Shine are and what we do. And then of course, we'll have a look at our online support groups, how they will look and how that format will look. We will have a little look at then what we hope people might gain from attending the groups, and then how people can sign up and that sign up process. And then, as I said, at the end, there'll be a question and answer session. So please put your questions in the chat if you have any during the webinar. So just to go to introductions, once again, my name is Rachel. My name is Rachel Hughes, and I am Shine's Information and Support Officer in the Eastern region, which covers Dublin, Kildare and Wicklow. I'll pass you over now to Martin and he can introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Martin Matthews and I'm the Regional Coordinator in Southeast, and I've been working for Shine for the last number of years. I'm just going to pass you on over to Frances and she can introduce herself.
Thanks, Martin. Hi, I'm Frances and I've been a Shine facilitator for many years now in the Midwest and online as well. So delighted to be here with everyone today. Thank you. I'm just going to pass you over to Noreen.
Hi, my name is Noreen Kelly and I'm a relative support facilitator based in Cork. And now I'm going to hand you over to Nicola.
Hi, thanks Noreen. My name is Nicola. I'm the new CEO of Shine and I started in Shine in November of last year. I'll hand it back over to Rachel.
Nicola, I'm just going to hand you over now. Nicola's going to have a look at who we are, who Shine are and what we do.
Okay, so who are Shine? Shine are a national organisation that provides information and support for people affected by mental health difficulties. We're the only national mental health organisation specifically founded to help all family members. And what is unique to Shine is a commitment to supporting family recovery. In Shine, our vision is of an Ireland where all of those with mental health challenges have the right to recovery and the opportunity to achieve the best quality of life. So what do we do in Shine? In Shine, we do a number of things. Shine support services provide accessible information. We provide recovery-focused information and support to all people with self-experience of mental health challenges and their families or supporters. We also offer individualised support. We provide individualised support through phone, text, email, Zoom and face-to-face. We offer individual support meetings and personalised recovery planning. We support to assist people to identify areas of goal development that will be their will and their preference. We also at the moment offer counselling and we have a partnership with a company called My Mind, and we can provide a number of free counselling sessions to people supporting a family member with mental health challenges. Shine also provide peer support groups for people with self-experience of mental health challenges and their families. And we also run recovery education training and workshops. Examples of these programs are there's one called Taking Control, there's another one called Finding My Way, and we have Recovery on the Family as well. Shine also runs recovery education, you'll find your local Shine service at www.shine.ie/contact. You'll see that on the screen. So what else do we do when we look into more detail? We have a number of different programs that we cover. So we have the frontline stuff, but we also have a program called Sea Change. And Sea Change is the National Stigma Reduction Partnership. You've probably heard of the Green Ribbon campaign, and we every year you'll see that the Green Ribbon campaign comes to the fore for a month each year. We also have our Sea Change Ambassadors program, and that's people with lived experience will share their expertise and their stories, and they do this in various ways, but one of the programs we use is the Sea Change Workplace program. You can get more information about Sea Change on www.seachange.ie. Another programme we offer is the Headline programme. And Headline is Ireland's national programme that's responsible, that works with the media around responsible reporting and representation of mental health challenges and suicide. So in Headline's work, the team does different things like media monitoring. We have the mental health media awards. We offer media resources and education. And their website is at www.headline.ie. Another area that I want to talk to you about today is the fact that Shine supports recovery. And one of the things that we think is very important is the idea or the concept of co-production. So recovery is a journey, it's a unique experience, and it'll look different for everyone. It's about finding the best way to live the life that you choose, even with mental health difficulties. So we believe in working with people in a person-centered way. So the focus is always on the individual's needs, and we work with them to achieve their best quality of life. The recovery journey is defined by the individual and allows for setbacks. We focus on strengths and opportunities rather than limitations and symptoms. For now, I'm going to hand you back over to Martin. Thank you.
Hi, and I just want to speak a little bit to the support groups and what they are. They're in Shine as a result, as a lot of other organisations have found themselves in the dreaded COVID restrictions of face-to-face services and various different things like that. We suddenly found ourselves in a situation where we had a demand to offer support services online, which is outside of our phone support and things like that. So, and we've responded to the needs and requests of people seeking this online support. And I suppose a lot of it was for ourselves, even upskilling and learning new technology. But we have been providing online support nationally for the past 18 months. And through that experience and the learning we have from feedback and from people who access that support, people with lived experience or relatives, we're here today to launch our current Shine's online offering. And it's safe to say that the provision of these online groups, they're running alongside the groups already in the community. And they're not instead of, but they will contribute, which will increase the support Shine will have to offer. And also, I suppose it allows more people to access, because as people get more used to technology and things, that it's more accessible. At this present moment in time, there are two types of support groups planned. The 4-week group, which will be seen as an introduction to Shine and online support, giving participants an opportunity to gently gain experience in the online world, being comfortable with what the peer support is and looking at the concept of recovery. The 4 weekly sessions are aimed at people with lived experience, and there's also a group aimed at relatives or supporters. Within this, both groups are going to be delivered the same material, the same types of groups, and it's about when you're looking at yourself in relation to mental health and mental health support or whatever, how is it for you? How do you experience it? So it's quite gentle and quite, I suppose, soothing, I would say, or I would hope. The 8-week group is an 8-week co-facilitated recovery support group. And I suppose the difference between the 4-week group and the 8-week group, besides the obvious length of time, is that the 4-week group for the moment is going to be facilitated by 2 Shine facilitators. And the 8-week group is co-facilitated. And when we say co-facilitated, we mean somebody, a member of Shine, and also then somebody from outside, whether it's somebody with relative or lived experience or whatever. But that 8-week recovery group is going to be focused on deepening the group and individual personal awareness, exploring recovery with topics such as hope, support, resilience. And the groups themselves are quite gentle in nature, in the sense of how it's presented. It's a lot of discussion and reflection and making sense of things for people themselves. An individual does not have to attend the 4-week group in order to attend the 8-week group. Because, you know, some people will be quite adept at seeking support and will want a different type of support. So you can access the 8-week group, or you can go along and see what it's like with the 4-week group and then do the 8 weeks. These groups will continue to run throughout the year, and as we're going forward, we'll be releasing dates on website, and we'll probably be running another couple of these webinars to inform people. But and the Shine Online team, we remain committed to providing this high quality support. I'll speak a little bit later on to how you sign up, but for the moment, Rachel is going to let people know who the groups are actually for. Okay.
So again, just to reiterate, there will be groups for both people with lived experience of mental health challenges and also for people supporting a family member with mental health challenges. And the emphasis of the groups really is on providing participants with an opportunity to have an experience and to support them to access their own learning from this experience. I'm going to hand you over to Frances now, an experienced co-facilitator of our online groups, who will talk about her experiences as a Shine peer facilitator.
Thanks, Rachel. As a peer facilitator, the people reacted in a very positive way. They were all pleasantly surprised when I disclosed some of my story and that I am actually a peer and not a professional. It means that we had a strong connection from the start. The people in the group had told me that they felt more comfortable speaking about their own experiences because I had similar experiences to them. It made me feel amazing to be able to help others, and it made them more comfortable in the space we were in. Being online, I was nervous as anything could go wrong. We all know technology isn't everyone's friend. It's definitely not mine on a good day. However, I was able to put my anxieties to one side and became very confident once I started. And it was a totally different experience, but still face to face with all attendees. So it was great to see everyone comfortable within their own space. It helped with dealing with the stigmas that could have come up in face to face groups and anxieties of being in rooms with strangers. And all in all, it was just an amazing experience for me. So thank you. I'm just going to hand over to Noreen now. So.
My name is Noreen Kelly, and I've been facilitating relative support groups both in person and online these past 4 years. I'm privileged to be here with you today to share my experience with you all. I see my role as facilitator first and foremost to create a safe space for other relatives to come and find support and focus on their own personal journey of recovery. The sessions are very much grounded on key recovery topics such as hope, support, and self-advocacy. This provides a solid foundation for relatives to really explore what recovery can mean for them and reflect on ways to move forward and focus on their own lives. My own personal experience as a relative means that I can fully appreciate and empathize with the challenges experienced in the group. Being a relative facilitator is usually rewarding. I've witnessed relatives saying that for the first time, they feel they can really share their challenges in a way they can't with their friends and family. It's wonderful to see how people can not only learn from others in the group, but also be inspired by others on their recovery journey. This bit is pure gold. I'm going to finish with the airplane analogy. If an airplane is in difficulty, passengers are advised to put on their own oxygen mask first before they can look after someone else. This to me is the essence of what the relative support group is about. I'm now going to hand you over to Rachel.
Thanks very much, Noreen and Frances there. So we'll just have a look at, I suppose, what we hope participants will get from attending the groups. And we really hope that participants can build on the skills and strengths that they already have and at times may not even realize. We'd like people to feel part of a community, an online community, in a safe, non-judgmental space, knowing that they are not alone. And this can help to break the feeling of isolation and encourage social inclusion. And we hope that through participation, people feel heard, that their voices matter and that they are valued. And we're very hopeful that participants can gain a greater awareness and understanding of their own recovery journey and an awareness on how to support self. And in the groups, participants will be facilitated in drawing conclusions for themselves. They will engage in self-reflective learning, which will encourage the development of their critical ability to reflect on their actions, behaviours, feelings, and life choices. And this will be done in a safe and structured setting. The groups really are a process of self-discovery, self-compassion, and personal recovery. I'm going to hand you over to Martin now, who's going to explain the process of signing up.
People sign up, and the first point of contact will be www.shine.ie and the Shine Online support groups part of the webpage. There will be support available from sign up throughout the process for participants. The only necessity that you really need is to be able to log in to the support group via Zoom on whether it's your phone or whether it's laptop or computer or whatever. And indeed, we found people sometimes driving out the road for a good signal in order to access these groups. When people do sign up for the series of workshops, they will be notified by email acknowledging their interest, or indeed if the group is oversubscribed, in this case, the individual will be notified they're on a waiting list. But at this point, people will also be made aware they will receive a call from a participant supporter. Now, what a participant supporter, and it's something we've learned over the past couple of years, it's a contact, the person who will support the potential participant, ensuring they've signed up for the right online support group, making sure that this is the right option for them. And sometimes we sign up for things and we're partway into it and we decide, oh, this isn't what I thought it would be. So the participant supporter will be there to, I suppose, support the person through the process. And asking the person, is it what they're looking for? And if not, we can direct them either to other Shine supports or even signpost them sometimes outside of Shine if that's what's necessary. The participant supporter will also offer reassurance, and we all know how stressful, as Francis and as said earlier on, about when it comes to technology, and it's sometimes an unfounded fear because more often than not things work out. The participant supporter will also remain the link for the person to answer any questions or queries throughout the 4-week or the 8-week as the person is participating in the groups. Our first 4-week support group will begin on see the screen. Our first 4-week support group will begin on Thursday, the 10th of February. And this will be for people with lived experience. That group will be from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And for family and supporters, it'll be in the afternoon from 2 to 3. We're at the moment looking at the 8-week group will happen after this date. And at the moment, we're looking at the week of the March the 7th. And sign up will be 3 weeks before the commencement of groups. So we're going to give people a 3-week lead in so that they have plenty of time to organize. And I suppose as well to make the commitment and set time aside. As you will have lots of questions and see lots of them coming in there, we'll just come to the question and answers and we'll try and answer as much as we possibly can. So thank you.
Hi, everyone. So I just noted some of the questions coming in. So a lot of questions around the size of the group. So how many people will be allowed in each group? So Rachel or Martin, do you want to answer that?
I will. I'm off mute. I think we will have a maximum of 14 participants in any group. So we'll keep the groups nice and manageable. And of course, it would be great if people come along to the first, that they come along to the 4. So after the first session, the group will then become a closed group. So people get to know each other and feel comfortable. But yeah, a maximum of 14 in any group.
Great. And then someone asked, can someone do the group for those with lived experience if the relative isn't participating? And I suppose vice versa. So again, Rachel, Martin?
Yep. If the question, if I heard it, is that can just one person do the lived experience group on their own without their relative doing the other group?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, because it's totally confidential anyway, and we won't know who's who. So sometimes, I suppose, ideally, if all people get the same information, it's helpful. But if not, like it's about you. It's not necessarily about helping another. And these groups are set up in such a way, and they're going to be delivered, that this is for you. So even at this point, you know, you will gain information that will support others. But as Noreen very succinctly put it, we have to put the oxygen mask on ourselves first. So I hope that kind of answers.
Yeah, that's great. And someone is just new to Shine, so welcome. What time of the day? So there's lots of questions around the time, people talking about that. Some people are in work, and how would they fit it in? So I suppose if we can speak a little bit more about the different offerings we'll have throughout the year, Rachel or Martin.
Yeah, I'll pick that up just a little bit. So as we said on the slide, the initial 4-week groups will run 11 to 12 will be for people with lived experience, and 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. will be for relatives. But we'd really love people's feedback. So if people would like to send an email, if there is a choice, if there's evenings you prefer or weekends, we're really trying to build up, I suppose, a picture of what people would like. So if you could send an email to onlinesupport@shine.ie and let us know what you're looking for, because if we get a lot of, you know, people looking for certain times, of course we look to see how we can provide that for people.
And just to add there, during the summer we did send out surveys, and it came back during the day, but it depends on the time of the year and depends on who's actually want to access the group at a given time. But as Rachel said, we're, you know, it's your group, so we're here to provide that support.
Great. And just somebody was saying, asking, is it 4 weeks within a month or spaced out over 2 months? So I suppose, are they weekly groups, or what's the kind of frequency?
I suppose I'll answer on the 4-week group, it's weekly. And the 8-week group, it's weekly, unless a bank holiday or something falls in between that kind of moves it on. But we find that it kind of works in the week to week. And so, yeah, so we decided that there'd be 4 1 week after the other, or 8 1 week after the other.
That's great, guys. I think that's all the questions. If anyone has a burning question, please put it in now. There was an ask there that we would put up the dates again, so I'm just going to share that slide again, just while just seeing if there's going to be any more questions. But thank you so much for today, and I'll just try and share that slide again with the dates. So starting on Thursday, the 10th of February, we're going to commence our 4-week support group. And as Rachel and Martin said, 11 to 12 for people with lived experience, 2 to 3 for families and supporters. Registration is live for that right now at www.shine.ie. We will then look at opening up our 8-week co-facilitated groups with our peers, and Noreen and Francis, I think, explained that so well, how important our peers are to us, both people with lived experience and family members. We hope to run that group the week of March 7th. We haven't set the days and times, as Rachel mentioned. We'd love to hear from people. We do understand timing is everything. So if we can make it as accessible as possible, we really, really will. Again, when that is open, you'll see that on www.shine.ie. So I'll leave that up there. Loads of thank yous to everyone. It's lovely to see. Really, really glad people could join us. So no more questions, guys. So I think, are we okay to close that? Noreen and Francis, Martin, Rachel, Nicola?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that just one more slide, I suppose, to show people, Trish, just with the extra supports that Shine does have. If anyone has more questions, etc., that they can come to, and just check out that your local Shine contact you can find on www.shine.ie/contact, or HQ's number is 015413715.